Today's video, we're going to talk about whether or not an HOA community is the right move for you.
What is an HOA?
An HOA is a Homeowners Association. So they put in place rules and regulations to protect the neighborhood. So things like, you can't have a basketball hoop in the front of your house. You can't have too many cars parked overnight. You need to pull your weeds. You need to pull in your trash can. So it varies from HOA to HOA, but it's a set of rules and regulations that you have to abide by if you move into that neighborhood. And if you don't, you could face fines, fees, and then if those don't get paid, they do attach to your house. So if you go to sell the house, you do have to pay those fines before being able to sell.
Yep. So if you've ever driven through a neighborhood and it's kind of seems run down, or they have broken down vehicles parked in front of their homes or dilapidated fencing, and you just wonder why, they probably don't have an HOA. But it does help you with your value of your home in the neighborhood. Just keeps it appealing to the eye. So if you ever do go to sell it, you can get the full value of your home. We're in some neighborhoods where there is no HOA. Unfortunately, the neighborhood does bring down the value of the homes, and people actually lose equity in their home that they're trying to sell.
Yeah. And we're not saying that you have to live in an HOA community and that's the only place that people take care of their homes. Obviously, there are places where there's not rules and regulations and people still do take care of their homes. But with an HOA community, you have recourse and you have actions that you can take to hopefully protect your value better. Before you move into an HOA community, the first thing we suggest that you do is ask yourself some lifestyle questions. So, do you own a camper? Do you like crazy outdoor decor? Like you have a 10-foot flamingo that you want to put out in the front of your house? Do you have a boat, an RV? So those kind of questions will kind of help you decide whether or not an HOA community is right for you, because they do have a lot of restrictions on those things. So a typical one that we see is that you can't park your RVs out front, and if you do, they can only be outside of your home for a 1 to 2 day period, and after that you could start receiving fines. So usually that's just enough time for people to clean out their RV, and then they have to bring it back to a storage facility. A lot of HOA communities don't let you park your boats up front in your driveway or even in the backyard. So if you have any recreational vehicles that you're looking to park on your property, even if you have a big lot in that community, you will most likely not be able to do so. Another thing is that if you're looking to run a business out of your home, there are some restrictions with that, so be wary of that and just make sure that you're reading the HOA documents before you purchase the home. A lot of times, as realtors, we send that information to our clients, and our clients read the documents because we urge them to, and we make sure that they look for the things that they need to be looking for. But some people forget about that, or they're not advised correctly, so they miss that, and then they move into a home, they're not able to run their business, park their boat up front, so now they're incurring additional expenses in storing their recreational vehicles and possibly not being able to run their business out of their home like they're planned to. So it's important that you look at those documents and read through the bylaws and make sure that the things that you're trying to accomplish or wanting to do at your home are able to be done there.
Some positive things about having an HOA in your neighborhood or in your community is the amenities that some of the HOAs provide to residents. Some have gyms, pools, access to trails and parks and lakes. They have a lot of community events. They do some snow removal in some neighborhoods. And then overall, the aesthetics of the neighborhood are pleasing to look at. Depending on what the amenities are that the neighborhood offers, depends on how much you're paying for the HOA monthly. It could be anywhere from tens of dollars to thousands of dollars in some communities. You do get more with the higher payment, obviously.
Yeah. The average here in Colorado Springs for an HOA community is about $50, and that's just the average. It could be less, could be more, as we just mentioned. So be aware of that as well. And then that is usually a good trade-off for people. So they don't necessarily like being told what to do, when to pull their weeds, when to mow their lawn, when to bring their trash can in. So it can be a little bit tedious and feel like someone's constantly telling you what to do. But the trade-off sometimes is that you're getting those amenities. So they love, having the tennis courts, pickleball courts, trails, parks, pools, to where our buyers are willing to sacrifice some of their freedom and go ahead and move into those communities. So as we mentioned before, the biggest thing is do a lifestyle kind of questionnaire with yourself, speak to your spouse, whoever you're moving to the home with or what you're looking for, and discuss those things. And from there, you'll be able to rule out or possibly, consider moving into an HOA community. But just being prepared, doing your research, and knowing what you can and cannot do will prevent you from making a big financial mistake. So make sure that you're being advised and that you're receiving all the resources that you need to make an informed decision. And if you have any other questions about moving to HOA communities here in Colorado Springs or just moving to the area in general, make sure you reach out to us. We'd be happy to help you.